to GeoGeeks, our regular segment where we bring on a subject matter expert to tell us what's noteworthy in one of our core ArcGIS products.
And we are excited to welcome back our colleague and teammate, Justin Brassard. He is a technical solution specialist, and for purposes of this pod, he's our ArcGIS Enterprise GeoGeek. Justin, welcome back to the pod.
Thank you. Glad to be back, guys. 11.3 just came out, so we got lots of stuff to talk about today. That'll be great.
Absolutely. Thanks so much for being here with us. So like you just said, ArcGIS Enterprise 11.3 is out and people can start using it now. So I know there's a lot of new things that are in there. Could you maybe start us off with telling us some of the new features that are worth knowing about in this update?
Yeah, 100%. So, I mean, there's actually quite a bit, some more minor than others, obviously, right? But I'm going to start off with some stuff that was kind of integrated in ArcGIS Enterprise 11.2 and kind of how that feeds into ArcGIS Enterprise 11.3, right? So in 11.2, as we may or may not know, Map Viewer actually has the ability to now support analysis tools. So those things like geoprocessing tools, that type of stuff, you can actually run them directly in Map Viewer now, which is great. So you can kind of, if you don't really want to use ArcGIS Pro all the time, you may not necessarily have to based off the tools that are available in Map Viewer now. Just some other things worth noting. So in Enterprise 11.2 as well, the ArcGIS Video Server actually kind of came into play. So that kind of interlinks with ArcGIS Excalibur, which is one of our other applications, right, where you can import your videos and kind of get some snapshots or some more information, whether it's like drone footage, satellite imagery, whatever it may, or satellite videos. I mean, whatever it may be, you may be trying to import into that software, you can go ahead and use that. So that got introduced and kind of coming into 11.3 for Video Server, some minor adjustments, just basically coming in and actually supporting more kind of file types, that type of stuff. So actually jumping back to our Map Viewer analysis tools, kind of forgot to mention this. So how does that actually link with ArcGIS Enterprise 11.3? So now we actually have the ability to have custom web tools, right? Which is going to be big. So we can basically come in and create our own scripts, right? Our own Python scripts and basically have a whole process. So whatever it may be, in whether it's combining various tools or a single tool, whatever it may be, we can kind of integrate that and kind of publish it to our ArcGIS portal and then go ahead and use it as another feature. And then just a couple final things. So the new field types, so the date only, timestamp offset, the big integer, all that was in beta in 11.2, now fully available in 11.3. And also in 11.3, the metadata editor is now also out of beta. So that's obviously another great function that kind of came into play. But one more thing kind of worth noting is the Living Atlas kind of update, we can call it. So you can actually go ahead and kind of schedule updates for your Living Atlas now. So this will kind of add, delete, remove any content, like older content that may be like deprecated from the Living Atlas to kind of make that easier to navigate for you and your organization. So a lot kind of said there, but couple things to give you guys kind of a sneak peek, I guess.
Yeah, there seems to be a lot in this release, which is very exciting. And I want to throw in one more because I'm an urban nerd. So I love that ArcGIS Urban is now available in Enterprise 11.3. So yeah, so I'm glad that the Enterprise users were able to use that app. All right, so you listed off a whole bunch of features and a lot of them sound really cool, but come on, you have a favorite. So why don't you share what your favorite newest feature is in this new update?
Okay, so couple favorites. I mean, one of them I didn't necessarily mention, so that'll kind of be a bit of a sneak peek. It's more of a minor thing, but it's something big in my opinion. So I'll kind of start off with that. As we know, Web App Builder is slowly making its way out and Experience Builder is coming in, just like the ArcMap, ArcGIS Pro scenario that's kind of currently happening. So in ArcGIS Enterprise 11.3, we do have some new Experience Builder widgets. Which is going to be great. And these are going to keep getting added in throughout time, obviously. So in 11.4, there's most likely going to be some new ones. At this point, I believe most of them should be added in because from the actual functionality matrix for Experience Builder, most of the stuff should be added in by now, but don't quote me on that. And yeah, as we go on, we might see some more of those. So going on to my major or my most favorite major update, we can say from this, I guess, is going to be the custom web tools, right? I know I kind of mentioned that earlier, but that's definitely the key thing for me because we can go ahead, like I said, we can create those Python scripts. So for example, if I have a layer of streams, for example, water streams somewhere in ArcGIS Pro, for example, or in ArcGIS Online or ArcGIS Portal, for example, I can come in and basically write a script to run, say if I want to run an intersect and a buffer analysis for something, see how those two work together, and just kind of mainstream that workflow, right? So I just come in and it's going to bring up an interface after I've run the script, right? And I could just come in, plop in my layers, all my information, and then just go ahead and kind of run it like I would in ArcGIS Pro. So instead of basically coming in and running all those tools separately, it's a good way to basically simplify that workflow, right? And actually make it available in your portal, which is not something that was available before to its full extent, obviously before ArcGIS Enterprise 11.2. So kind of seeing that slowly get integrated into ArcGIS Enterprise 11.3 is a lot. It's really good, to be honest, right? To help you out with your analysis workflows.
Absolutely. It sounds like it really helps to sort of expand what you can do in Enterprise. It sounds like a really exciting feature. I'm sure people will use
Definitely.
a lot. As a person who doesn't really know anything about how that works and programming and anything like that, is there anything that you need, like specially require to get these custom tools working in your portal?
All right, so obviously you're going to need ArcGIS Enterprise 11.3. That's going to be step one. That's not going to be available at 11.2, so we can't really expect that, right? 11.2, like I said, you'll have those map viewer analysis tools. So if you just need those, that's great. But for the custom web tools, make sure we have 11.3. And after that, you just need a bit of coding knowledge. So the way it's going to work, essentially, you're basically going to write your Python script in ArcGIS Pro within a toolbox, and it's going to be stored within a toolbox, right? So you do have to have a bit of coding knowledge to some extent, right? I'm not actually personally sure if there's another way to do it outside of the code, but to my extent, I know that'll work for sure, right? From what I've tested out. So you can come in and kind of write your Python script, right? It'll be stored within the toolbox, and then you're just going to come in and you just got to obviously have the ability to come in and just publish to your portal. Okay. So your admin's going to want to make sure, obviously, that you just have the ability to do that. You have the correct user type, obviously. And then you can go ahead and just kind of save that and share that file directly into your ArcGIS portal, and then go ahead and use it in Map Viewer.
Oh, sounds pretty straightforward. So it's not as scary as I thought it might be, but
aside from the code, probably not. No.
Yeah, just gotta brush up on my coding knowledge. Well,
exactly.
Thanks so much for sharing what's new with Enterprise 11.3, Justin. It's great to have you on as always, and hopefully we'll be able to get you back on again soon.
Yeah, perfect. Thanks for having me, guys.
That was Justin Brassard. He is a technical solution specialist with the technical marketing team here at Esri Canada, and he joined us from Bolton, Ontario.